Okay, so good morning to my students who are enrolled in the subject Organization and Management. So for today, we will be discussing the different lessons under the chapter 2, which is entitled The Firm and Its Environment. So under the lesson 1, which is entitled The Environment of the Firm, so actually the firm composed of the external environment and the internal environment, wherein there are also two compositions, which is the macro environment and the micro environment. So let's move on to the next slide. So in here, we have the difference between the internal environment and external environment. For the internal environment, it says here that it consists of the elements that have a direct impact on the business. This includes the employees, the board of the directors, and the managers. The elements of the internal environment are directly controlled and can be freely modified by the firm itself. Why does the firm can modify or can freely control the internal environment? It's because from the word itself, internal environment, meaning it is from within the organization. It is inside the organization. While on the other hand, the external environment, which compose or consists of factors that have indirect but significant influence in the operations of the business. These factors, however, cannot be controlled by the firm because they are belong in the external environment. Let's say, for instance, the example of this external environment, probably our competitors. Our competitors have direct impact in the business, but unfortunately, they are categorized under the external environment, wherein we cannot control our competitors because they are belong to the external environment, wherein they will still exist regardless of the the competition or the type of the competition inside the market. Okay, the next would be the two composition or another composition of the firm. First would be the micro environment. This is also known as the operating environment, and it consists of the customers, the suppliers, the regulatory agencies, and the competitors. The factors under the environment have a direct relevance to the business operations but are uncontrollable a certain extent. Although these factors that are enumerated are belong to the microenvironment, meaning there is a narrow scope on these elements, but these elements became uncontrollable. Let's say, for instance, the customers. The customers become uncontrollable. It's because the customers can switch from one seller to another. Pwede silang lumipat. Another thing would be the suppliers. If there is a shortage or probably the scarcity of the raw materials that is needed in the production of your product, in order for your business to sell its product to the customer, then definitely it becomes uncontrollable because you cannot control the raw materials that are needed in the production of your product. Next would be the macro environment. It is also known as the general environment, meaning it covers a wider scope or a wider range of a market. It consists of the economic, political, legal, social, and the technical environment, which is also known as the PEST analysis. So, as our discussion will progress in the lesson 1, and definitely we are going to tackle the PEST analysis. The factors of this environment are beyond the control of the environment, but are important determinants in the success of the business. So those factors that I've enumerated earlier are the factors that can affect also the business, although they are broad in its sense, but it directly affects the business. So next would be the SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis is what we so-called the diagram that we've been using in order for us to to assess the product, to assess the environment. That's why it is categorized into 4 different areas: the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So under that 4 categories, they are also categorized into 2. That is the internal environment and the external environment. So under the internal environment, we have the strengths and weaknesses. Under the external environment, we have the opportunities and threats. So under the internal environment, these are the factors or these are the elements that belongs to the internal, meaning a person or a business owner have a control or full control over the strength and the weaknesses of the market or the business or probably the product offerings. While on the external environment, these are the factors that doesn't have a full control or probably doesn't have a control at all. Okay? So let's proceed to the strength first. The strength includes the company's attributes that gives a competitor edge over the others. This contributes to a good performance and a positive reputation in the business scene. So the example of this element under the internal environment would be the innovative product. For example, the existing product is the sweet sweet leche flan. So therefore, that is already existing in the market. So in order for you to transform this product into an innovative product, which will belong to your strength, then probably you can offer a product to customer which is the sweet and spicy leche flan. Meaning, there is already a twist that is imparted in the existing product that makes it innovative from the existing products. Next would be the weaknesses. Okay, the weaknesses are the attributes of the company that need to be improved or changed. Probably this belongs to the internal environment because the business owner can control this kind of element. Let's say, for instance, there is what we call a limited distribution channel, poor location, lack of facilities and equipment, and poor transportation. So in this kind of element, therefore, we can transform or we can shift from one, let's say for instance, the poor transportation system. If you observe that there is a poor transportation system using probably a tricycle or using probably a one certain vehicle, then probably we can shift to another vehicle so that we could be able to deliver our products to our customers in an efficient manner wherein the goods reach the consumer or the customers on the timely basis or within the time frame. The next would be, the opportunities. The opportunities belongs to an external environment because these are the elements which are provided probably the contributors or the contributing agencies from the outside of the environment. It says here that these are the factors or events that give a positive impact to the company if it is properly addressed. Opportunities come in different forms like the new markets, potential profits, additional sources of raw materials, increasing purchase power, better location, and the number or increasing number of customers. So for example, there is a program opened by the Department of Trade and Industry which promotes of course, the patronizing of the local products rather than patronizing the goods that comes from the different countries or from the foreign countries. In this manner, by this, through the help rather of this program, which is initiated by the Department of Trade and Industry, then probably this program can help our business because people will no longer buy their products from outside the countries because the DTI promotes our own product, which is the locally patronized product that's being offered by the local manufacturers. Okay? So the next would be, okay, but take a look at this one. It says here that if it is properly managed. Okay, if this opportunity is not properly managed, then the program that's provided by the Department of Trade and Industry would become very useless or obsolete. If we cannot already then set a plan in order for us to seize the opportunity out of that program created by a certain agency or government agency, then therefore everything or that opportunity would become very obsolete or useless. The next would be the threats. The threats are categorized under the external environment which may affect the business negatively. The example of this one would be the natural calamities. The natural calamities is categorized under the threat because we don't have the full control or we cannot control the calamities as they occur in our business, as they occur in our place, in our vicinity. So let's say for example, the typhoon, which is a fortuitous event. Therefore, we cannot say that if there is an incoming typhoon, then we will be making a way in order for us to alleviate or avoid the occurrences of the typhoon. Definitely we cannot do that. We are just human. Therefore, it is considered to be as a threat because it affects our environment in a manner that we cannot control this kind of element or factor that affects our business. Okay? So, this typhoon can probably destroy the physical environment or probably our customers. That's why we don't have the full control over the market. Okay, so let's go to the last discussion of our lesson 1, that is the pest analysis. So under the pest analysis, we categorize it 4 elements or 4 factors. First would be the political factors, which includes the laws and the regulations governing the business, the different restrictions or limitations, the payment of taxes, which includes the tariff tax, and the environmental laws governing our business. Okay, in putting up our business, for example, we want to put up a food business. Therefore, in order for us to abide with these political factors, we need to submit the quarterly tax or probably a yearly tax to the Bureau of Internal Revenues because it is our law or it is in the law of the Philippines that we, the business owners, are mandated to submit our taxes to the Bureau of Internal Revenue in order for us to provide a funds for our public use. Next one would be the economic factor. The economic factors talks about the interest rate, the inflation rate, or probably the price. Okay, if the price of the product increases, then definitely the customers will look into the different firms that offers a low product. Therefore, in compliance to this pest analysis under the economic factors, whenever there is an increase in the price, then the price must be, or the increase in the price must be reasonable. Another thing would be the inflation rate, or if there is an increase in a certain probably ingredient of the product. If that would be the case, then definitely we, the business owners, must also increase our price in a manner that our customers will not shock or will not be self-shocked in our price increase. The next would be the social factors. This includes the age, the profile of the respondents or the customers, the affiliation, the religion, the civil status or civil status. So under these factors, probably in looking into the market that we are going to target, then definitely we should consider these factors. Because let's say for instance the age of our customers. If the market that you are trying to cover belongs to ages from 6 to 10 years old, then definitely you are going to offer a product which suits to the age of our target market, which is probably you can give them a toys because as a child we are fan of having this kind of game, so for instance the toys. Another thing would be the religion. When we are targeting the religion, we make sure that this must suit to the customer's needs or wants. In connection to the religion, of course, we cannot offer a dinuguan to our customers who are covered by probably the Iglesia ni Cristo and some other religions who doesn't eat dinuguan because probably and definitely, they are not going to patronize the product. It's because it is against their beliefs. Then the last one would be our technological factors. From the word itself, technology. We know for a fact that in today's generation, we are surrounded by the different innovative or new technologies. Therefore, what we need to do as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we must adapt to the different changes that occurs in the market. For instance, the technologies or the technological advancement. We must ensure that our business is not left behind with this kind of innovations in order for us to provide a quality service, an efficient and effective service to our customers with the help of these kinds of technologies in order for our duties and responsibilities to be lessened or at least be fastened in order for us to accomplish and become productive. So that ends our lesson 1 for today. So stay tuned for our lesson 2. So thank you, Mighty Eagles, for participating for the lesson 1. I hope that you will be still with us or with me for our lesson 2. Thank you so much.